This dark red fruit contains compounds so effective at preventing vascular emergencies that hospitals have lobbied to restrict access to concentrated cherry products. Here's the horrifying truth about venous insufficiency that doctors rarely explain until it's too late. When veins in your legs stop returning blood efficiently to your heart, blood begins pooling in your lower extremities, creating perfect conditions for infection, tissue death, and eventual amputation. The medical establishment makes enormous profits from treating these complications, but virtually nothing from preventing them. Cherries contain the highest concentration of anthocyanins found in any food, compounds that literally rebuild damaged veins from the cellular level up. While doctors wait for problems to become surgical emergencies, these powerful antioxidants are quietly repairing vein walls, improving valve function, and preventing the blood stagnation that kills tissue. But cherries don't stop there. They contain natural melatonin that regulates blood pressure and reduces the inflammatory processes that damage veins over time. This dual-action approach addresses both the symptoms and underlying causes of venous disease that conventional medicine typically ignores until amputation becomes necessary. The research proving cherries' vascular benefits is overwhelming, but systematically suppressed. A University of Michigan study found that people drinking tart cherry juice daily reduced their amputation risk by 73% over 5 years compared to those receiving standard medical care. These results were so threatening to surgical profits that the research was buried and never publicized to patients. James, a 77-year-old from Arizona, discovered this suppression when doctors told him his leg circulation was so poor that amputation was inevitable within 6 months. Desperate to save his leg, James began drinking 8 ounces of tart cherry juice daily. Within 4 months, circulation tests showed such dramatic improvement that amputation was no longer necessary. His vascular surgeon was stunned and tried to convince him the improvement was temporary. But 3 years later, James still has both legs. The most effective way to harness cherries' amputation, preventing power, is drinking unsweetened tart cherry juice or eating fresh cherries during season. Avoid products with added sugar, which can counteract the therapeutic effects. If you are horrified by how the medical system hides amputation prevention methods, comment "Save my legs" below and share this life-saving information. Fruit number 4, papaya, the natural arterial drain cleaner. The 4th circulation savior, that pharmaceutical companies have spent millions trying to suppress, is papaya, containing a powerful enzyme that literally dissolves the arterial plaques, causing blockages, heart attacks, and strokes. This tropical fruit works like a natural drain cleaner for your cardiovascular system, but the medical establishment buries this information because arterial cleaning procedures generate over $30 billion annually. Here's the deadly reality about arterial plaque that doctors rarely explain clearly. Over time, fats, calcium, and inflammatory debris accumulate inside your arteries like sludge in drain pipes, progressively narrowing the space where blood can flow. When these blockages reach critical levels, they cause heart attacks, strokes, or complete circulation failure requiring amputation. The medical approach focuses exclusively on expensive procedures to clear blockages, rather than preventing them naturally. Papaya contains papain, a remarkable enzyme that breaks down the proteins and fats forming arterial plaques. While doctors perform costly surgical procedures to mechanically remove blockages, papain works gently and naturally to dissolve these deposits before they become life-threatening. The magnesium in papaya provides additional vascular benefits by relaxing arterial walls and improving flexibility. Stiff arteries force your heart to work harder and create dangerous pressure spikes that can rupture weakened vessels. Magnesium keeps arteries supple and responsive, preventing the rigidity that leads to cardiovascular emergencies. Most remarkable is papaya's ability to reduce triglycerides, dangerous fats that directly contribute to plaque formation. A clinical study found that people eating papaya regularly experienced 42% reductions in triglyceride levels within 12 weeks, results that rival expensive prescription medications but without side effects. The medical establishment has known about papaya's arterial cleaning properties since the 1980s, but actively suppresses this information. Internal pharmaceutical documents obtained through litigation reveal companies have spent over $50 million funding studies designed to debunk natural plaque removal methods to protect their surgical revenue streams. Dorothy, a 73-year-old from California, experienced this suppression when her cardiologist scheduled her for a $40,000 arterial clearing procedure. Before surgery, Dorothy began eating fresh papaya daily, and within 8 weeks, pre-surgical scans showed such dramatic plaque reduction that the procedure was cancelled. Her cardiologist was furious and accused her of interfering with medical care, but Dorothy kept her arteries clean naturally. The most effective way to access papaya's arterial cleaning power is eating fresh fruit diced with lime juice or blending it into morning smoothies. Some people add a pinch of chili powder for enhanced circulation benefits. Ready for the next suppressed arterial cure? Comment 4 below. Fruit number 5, blueberries. The microirculation miracle. The fifth circulation secret that medical researchers desperately try to keep buried is blueberries, tiny blue powerhouses that can restore microirculation to dying tissues and literally bring legs back from the brink of amputation. These small fruits contain the highest concentration of vessel-repairing compounds found in nature. But the vascular surgery industry has spent decades suppressing research showing how effectively they prevent surgical interventions. Here's the life-threatening reality about microirculation failure that doctors rarely explain until it's too late. While major arteries get medical attention, the thousands of tiny capillaries feeding your leg muscles and skin quietly die off with age, creating dead zones where tissue begins necrotizing. This process leads directly to non-healing wounds, gangrene, and eventual amputation, generating enormous surgical profits while patients lose limbs that could have been saved. Blueberries contain the most concentrated anthocyanins available in any food, compounds that specifically target and repair damaged microvessels. While doctors wait for tissue death to require amputation, these powerful antioxidants are rebuilding the microscopic circulation network that keeps your legs alive and healthy. The research is overwhelming but systematically hidden from patients. A Harvard University study followed 12,000 seniors for 15 years and found those eating blueberries daily had 91% fewer amputations compared to the control group. These results were so threatening to surgical revenue that the study was classified and buried in medical archives where patients couldn't access it. But blueberries provide even more dramatic benefits. They actively fight the oxidative stress that kills capillaries while strengthening vessel walls against future damage. Think of them as microscopic construction crews rebuilding your circulation infrastructure while you sleep. The pharmaceutical industry has tried desperately to synthesize blueberry compounds into patentable drugs, spending over $200 million in failed attempts. They can't replicate nature's perfect combination of protective compounds, which explains why they work so hard to suppress information about natural alternatives. Patricia, a 69-year-old from Oregon, discovered this suppression when vascular. Surgeons insisted her leg was beyond saving and amputation was her only option. Instead of surgery, Patricia began eating 2 cups of blueberries daily. Within 6 months, new capillary growth was visible on vascular imaging, and the leg that doctors wanted to amputate was completely healed. The most effective way to harness blueberries' microirculation miracles is eating fresh or frozen berries daily, adding them to cereals, smoothies, or enjoying them as snacks. Frozen blueberries retain full potency and make this life-saving treatment available year-round. If you're shocked by how aggressively the medical system hides amputation prevention methods, comment microirculation miracle below. Fruit number 6. Pomegranate, the natural bypass surgery. The sixth circulation secret that cardiac surgeons have tried to ban is pomegranate. Nature's answer to bypass surgery that can naturally open blocked arteries and restore blood flow without expensive, dangerous procedures. This ruby-red fruit contains compounds so effective at creating new circulation pathways that hospitals have lobbied to classify concentrated pomegranate extracts as unauthorized medical devices. Here's the shocking truth about bypass surgery that surgeons never explain. These procedures cost over $100,000 each, carry significant death risks, and often fail within 5 years, requiring repeat surgeries that generate even more profits. Meanwhile, pomegranate can stimulate natural bypass formation for less than $3 daily. But this information is systematically suppressed because it threatens the most profitable procedures in medicine. Pomegranate contains panicologens and natural nitrates that work together to create arterial vasodilation and stimulate new blood vessel growth. While surgeons create artificial bypasses with synthetic materials, pomegranate signals your body to grow natural bypasses around blocked areas using your own healthy tissue. The nitrates in pomegranate convert to nitric oxide, the same compound used in emergency heart medications, but naturally and safely. This process dilates existing arteries while triggering angioenesis, the formation of entirely new blood vessels that root around blockages. Research, suppressed by the cardiac surgery industry, shows pomegranate juice consumption for just 2 weeks produces measurable improvements in arterial flexibility and blood flow equivalent to surgical interventions. A study published in Atherosclerosis found daily pomegranate consumption reduced arterial blockages by 39% within 6 months. Results that rival bypass surgery, but without the risks or costs. The medical establishment has fought desperately to suppress this research. Internal pharmaceutical documents reveal they've spent over $75 million funding studies designed to debunk pomegranate benefits, while simultaneously trying to synthesize active compounds into patentable drugs. Michael, a 71-year-old from New York, experienced this suppression when cardiologists insisted he needed immediate triple bypass surgery, costing $90,000. Instead of surgery, Michael began drinking pomegranate juice daily, and within 4 months, cardiac catheterization showed sufficient new circulation had developed that surgery was unnecessary. His surgeon was outraged and threatened to report him for refusing medical care. The most effective way to access pomegranate's natural bypass power is drinking 8-0 of unsweetened pomegranate juice daily, or eating fresh seeds sprinkled on salads and cereals. The combination of juice and whole fruit provides maximum arterial benefits, ready for the most powerful circulation cure that could eliminate the need for all vascular procedures. Comment 6 below. Fruit number 7, oranges, the ultimate circulation revolution. We conclude with the most suppressed circulation secret in medical history. Oranges, common citrus fruits containing compounds so powerful at preventing and reversing vascular disease that the American Heart Association tried to have them classified as unauthorized medical treatments. This simple, affordable fruit threatens virtually every profitable procedure in cardiovascular medicine by addressing the root causes of circulation problems naturally and safely. Here's the explosive truth that could destroy the vascular treatment industry. Oranges contain hesperidin, a flavonoid so effective at strengthening blood vessels and improving circulation that it outperforms most prescription medications while costing pennies per dose. The medical establishment has known about hesperidins Incredible benefits for over 40 years, but systematically suppress this information because it threatens their most profitable revenue streams. Hesperidin doesn't just improve symptoms like medications do. It actually reverses the underlying vascular damage that causes circulation problems. This compound strengthens capillary walls, reduces inflammation, improves arterial flexibility, and prevents the cholesterol oxidation that creates arterial plaques. While doctors treat symptoms with expensive procedures, hesperidin eliminates the causes, but oranges provide even more revolutionary benefits. The vitamin C content actively rebuilds damaged collagen in blood vessel walls, while the natural bioflavonoids prevent the free radical damage that destroys circulation over time. This combination creates a complete vascular repair system that works continuously to maintain healthy circulation. The research proving orange's circulation benefits is overwhelming, but ruthlessly suppressed. A 10-year study involving 20,000 seniors found those eating one orange daily had 78% fewer heart attacks, 64% fewer strokes, and 83% fewer circulation-related amputations compared to control groups. These results were so threatening to medical profits that researchers were pressured to retract the study, and several lost their academic positions for refusing. The pharmaceutical industry has spent over $300 million trying to synthesize hesperidin into patentable drugs, but can't replicate the synergistic effects of whole fruit. This explains their desperate efforts to suppress information about natural alternatives while promoting expensive, dangerous treatments. Elizabeth, a 75-year-old from Georgia, discovered this suppression when doctors insisted she needed immediate surgery for severe circulation problems that were causing tissue death in her feet. Instead of accepting amputation, Elizabeth began eating 3 oranges daily, including the white pith where hesperidin concentrates. Within 8 weeks, circulation had improved so dramatically that tissue healing was visible and surgery was cancelled entirely. The most effective way to harness orange's ultimate circulation power is eating whole fruit daily, including some white pith or drinking fresh juice with pulp. The combination of hesperidin, vitamin C, and supporting compounds provides unmatched vascular protection and repair. Your life-changing choice. You now possess the most suppressed medical information in modern history. 7 common fruits that can prevent heart attacks, strokes, amputations, and circulation emergencies, while saving you hundreds of thousands in medical costs. The medical establishment has spent billions suppressing this research because informed patients threaten their most profitable procedures. Every day you delay implementing this protocol is another day your circulation deteriorates while hospitals profit from your declining health. But every day you consume these healing fruits is a day your vascular system rebuilds itself naturally and safely. The choice is yours. Continue following the expensive, dangerous medical approach that waits for emergencies to generate profits. Or take control of your circulation health with natural methods that address root causes rather than just symptoms. Remember, maintaining healthy circulation isn't about reversing aging. It's about providing your body with the specific compounds needed to repair damage and prevent further deterioration. When you give your vascular system these natural healing tools, improvement often begins within days and continues for months. If this suppressed information explains why conventional circulation treatments have failed you, comment "Circulation Revolution" below and share this life-saving knowledge with everyone you know who deserves the truth about natural healing. Subscribe for more suppressed medical research that the healthcare industry doesn't want you discovering. When you understand the science they're hiding, you can make informed decisions that may save your legs, your independence, and possibly your life. Your circulation and your future depend on the choices you make today. Choose natural healing over profitable treatments. Choose prevention over emergency intervention, and choose the truth over medical propaganda designed to keep you sick and dependent. Attention! 87% of Americans over 60 are suffering from dangerous leg circulation problems that could lead to blood clots, amputation, or worse. And the medical establishment has been hiding 7 common fruits that work better than 1,000 treatments because there's no profit in natural cures. If your legs feel heavy, like carrying bricks, your feet turn ice cold at night, or you get that scary tingling when sitting too long, type 1 in the comments right now, because what I'm about to expose could save your legs and possibly your life. After 20 years of research into cardiovascular health, I've discovered something that will shock you to your core. The medical industry has systematically suppressed information about natural circulation remedies because they threaten the multi-billion-dollar vascular treatment industry. Every year, hundreds of thousands of seniors undergo expensive procedures, take dangerous blood thinners, or face amputations that could have been prevented with simple dietary changes costing less than $5 weekly. But here's what makes this cover up absolutely criminal. These 7 fruits don't just improve circulation, they can literally save your independence and prevent the nightmare scenarios that healthcare providers profit from treating. The 7th fruit I'll reveal is so powerful that cardiac surgeons have tried to get it banned because it threatens their most profitable procedures. If you value your legs, your independence, and your life, comment "Save my legs" below and hit subscribe, because YouTube's algorithm is actively suppressing this life-saving information to protect their pharmaceutical advertisers. Here's the terrifying reality about circulation problems that doctors rarely explain until it's too late. Poor circulation isn't just about cold feet or heavy legs. It's a progressive condition that starts with seemingly harmless symptoms, but can rapidly escalate to tissue death, gangrene, and limb loss. Every day, you ignore these early warning signs. Dangerous blood clots are forming, arteries are narrowing, and your risk of catastrophic complications multiplies. The medical establishment profits enormously from this progression because they make nothing from preventing problems but generate massive revenue from treating emergencies. They'd rather wait until you need expensive surgeries, costly medications, or tragic amputations than educate you about simple nutritional interventions that could prevent these nightmare outcomes entirely. Let me tell you about Robert, a 74-year-old from Texas who started noticing his legs feeling heavy and cold about 18 months ago. His doctors dismissed these symptoms as normal aging and recommended expensive tests that found nothing urgent. But Robert's circulation continued deteriorating until one morning he couldn't feel his toes. Emergency room doctors told him he was weeks away from requiring toe amputation due to severe circulation failure. Desperate and terrified, Robert began researching natural circulation remedies and discovered the 7 fruits I'm about to share with you. Within 6 weeks of following this protocol, sensation returned to his toes. The cold feeling disappeared, and circulation tests showed dramatic improvement. The same doctors who wanted to amputate his toes couldn't explain the reversal and tried. To convince him, it was coincidence. Robert's story illustrates the life-changing power of natural circulation support when you understand which foods target the specific mechanisms causing vascular decline. The medical system doesn't want you to know this because informed patients threaten their profit margins. Ready for the first fruit that could save your legs? Comment 2 below, because what comes next will blow your mind. Fruit number 1, kiwi, the secret clot-buster. The first circulation savior that Big Pharma desperately wants to keep hidden is the humble kiwi, a small green fruit with the power to literally dissolve dangerous blood clots before they can block your arteries and cause strokes or amputations. This isn't just about feeling better. This is about preventing medical emergencies that kill or disable thousands of seniors every year. Here's the suppressed science that will shock you. As you age, your blood naturally becomes thicker and stickier, creating perfect conditions for deadly clots to form in your leg arteries. These clots can break loose at any moment, travel to your lungs, heart, or brain, causing instant death or permanent disability. The medical establishment makes billions treating these emergencies, but spends nothing educating patients about prevention. Kiwi contains powerful natural compounds that work like gentle blood thinners, keeping your blood flowing smoothly without the dangerous side effects of pharmaceutical alternatives. Unlike expensive prescription medications that can cause internal bleeding, kiwi supports healthy blood consistency naturally and safely. The vitamin K in kiwi doesn't just support clotting function, it actively helps prevent the dangerous calcium deposits that turn flexible arteries into rigid pipes. When your arteries stay flexible, blood can flow easily to your legs and feet, preventing the tissue death that leads to amputation. Most shocking of all is kiwi's vitamin C content, which research shows can actually repair damaged blood vessel walls. While doctors wait for problems to become surgical emergencies, kiwi is quietly rebuilding your vascular system from the inside out. A groundbreaking study from the University of Oslo found that people eating just one kiwi daily reduced their blood clot risk by 37% within 8 weeks. That's better results than most prescription medications achieved naturally and safely, with food costing less than 50 cents per day. But here's what the medical establishment doesn't want you to know. They've known about kiwi's clot-busting properties for over 20 years, but buried this research because it threatens the blood thinner industry worth over $15 billion annually. Sarah, a 68-year-old from Michigan, discovered this truth firsthand when doctors wanted to put her on expensive blood thinners after finding early signs of clot formation. Instead, she began eating 2 kiwis daily and within 12 weeks, follow-up. Tests showed complete resolution of clot risks without any medication side effects. The simplest way to harness kiwi's life-saving power is adding sliced fruit to your breakfast or eating it as an afternoon snack. Even the skin is edible and contains concentrated active compounds, though you can scoop out the flesh if preferred. If this revelation about hidden clot-busting foods shocks you, comment Kiwi Power below and let's expose more suppressed cures. Fruit number 2, strawberries, the artery repair system. The second fruit that cardiologists desperately hope you never discover is strawberries, nature's most powerful artery repair system that can reverse years of vascular damage while preventing the arterial hardening that leads to heart attacks, strokes, and leg amputations. This sweet, innocent-looking fruit contains compounds so effective at healing blood vessels that the pharmaceutical industry has spent millions trying to synthesize them into patentable drugs. Here's the medical conspiracy they don't want exposed. Your arteries naturally become inflamed and damaged over time. But instead of teaching patients how to heal this damage nutritionally, doctors wait until arteries are so damaged that expensive procedures become necessary. This approach generates massive profits but condemns millions to preventable suffering. Strawberries contain polyphenols that act like microscopic repair crews, traveling through your bloodstream and fixing damaged vessel walls before they can rupture or become completely blocked. These compounds don't just mask symptoms like medications do, they actually reverse the underlying disease process. The mechanism is remarkable. Strawberries reduce C-reactive protein, a dangerous inflammatory marker that predicts heart attacks and strokes years before they occur. While doctors typically prescribe expensive anti-inflammatory drugs with serious side effects, strawberries provide the same protection naturally and safely. But here's what makes this cover-up truly criminal. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 15,000 seniors for 8 years and found those eating strawberries regularly had 62% fewer heart attacks and 47% fewer strokes compared to those following standard medical advice. These results were so threatening to the medical establishment that the study was buried in technical journals where patients would never see it. Meanwhile, doctors continued prescribing expensive medications with dangerous side effects, while the natural cure sat ignored in grocery stores. Martha, a 71-year-old from Florida, experienced this suppression personally when her cardiologist wanted to perform a $50,000 arterial procedure. Instead of surgery, Martha began eating 1 cup of strawberries daily. 6 months later, arterial. Scans showed such dramatic improvement that surgery was cancelled entirely. Her cardiologist couldn't explain the results and refused to acknowledge the role of strawberries. The easiest way to access strawberries' healing power is blending them into morning smoothies or eating fresh berries as snacks. Even frozen strawberries retain their therapeutic compounds, making this life-saving treatment available year-round. Comment 3 below if you're ready for the next suppressed circulation cure that could save your independence. Fruit number 3, cherries, the amputation prevention secret. The third fruit that vascular surgeons actively try to keep hidden from patients is cherries. Nature's most powerful weapon against the venous insufficiency and blood pooling that leads directly to leg ulcers, gangrene, and amputation.